Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 119.
All right.
Yeah, I am your co-host, Yam Juice.
And I'm your co-host, Flex.
And today we've got, for the very first time, a young man who's pretty accomplished for his young years. First of all, he's a Halo player in some other games. He is a staff member for the gigantic YouTube channel and website Halo Follower, where he does YouTube videos for them. He's an aspiring caster. He's also a graphic artist. He did the graphic art on my banner on my YouTube channel. Mr. Mr. Buckeye Breeze. Yeah!
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. I'm going to take these off here.
Sure.
So your last video I saw from Halo Follower was really extraordinarily good. So much information, and it was presented so well.
Are you referring to the Halo 5 exposed video?
Yeah. It's like,
yeah.
How much time did it take you to put that together?
It took, let's see, it took about 2 hours in total to look at all the images that we got, to read through everything, find all the information, and then jot it down in notes, and then outline it and put it all together in groups and stuff like that. And then after that, it took about 7 hours to completely put the video together. So it was a very long process. I believe it's probably the biggest video I've ever done. So
wow, yeah, it was super good. It was super good. I was really impressed. It's like. And the fact that I know you is like, I was like even more proud of it.
Yeah. You know what's interesting too, real quick, is that I believe the OXM for October, the one that I covered, actually officially came out yesterday. So it's just kind of interesting to have that video out there, because somebody that actually got it early or something like that sent us images. And then it's kind of interesting to have that go out there first, and then when it actually does come out, it's actually true. So definitely kind of interesting.
Yeah, you guys have good intel. So what's it like being in the Halo Follower team?
Well, I mean, I have to say, first off, it's definitely something I never, ever expected to happen. I actually came across this channel back in 2011, I want to say, when Halo 4 rumors were just coming up, and I had no idea what YouTube was at that. Oh, actually, that's not true. I knew what YouTube was, but I didn't know what was going on YouTube. I just wanted to look up some Halo stuff because it had been years since I'd played it. So I was looking it up, and then I came across this video about Halo 5 back in 2011, which was, I mean, that's a very early video for Halo 5. But I came across that, and then once I started doing YouTube, then I came across his, and I started using him as my source. So the fact that I'm now a part of that, and a lot of things that I can't quite disclose at this time, but a lot of the things that are going on behind the scenes, it's unreal. I mean, it's nothing that I've ever done before, and I would like to say that it could be my career. That's just how huge it is for me. So very, very, very enjoyable. But it's also very busy at the same time. Very busy. You have to.
We love it when people come on the show and say, "But I'm not able to use that pertinent information, or I'm not able to disclose that."
Undisclosed, yeah.
We love that kind of shit.
That's okay. Go ahead and tell us. We won't say anything.
Tell us some more.
We won't say anything.
Well, no.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so you got to do something with that voice, that golden voice that you got.
You got a great sounding voice.
You know, interesting about that. I've been doing YouTube since September 28th, 2012, and in January of 2013, I actually started doing some gameplay commentaries. At that time, I had just literally come across some Call of Duty stuff, and I was like, whoa, you can actually watch gameplay videos? This is insane. So then I took my camera and put it up to my my screen, and I did it that way, not knowing anything about that stuff. But I started doing that, and one person came across my channel back in January 2013, watched my video, and said, you know, the video quality was horrible, but he did say that my voice was very good and it was perfect for YouTube. And ever since then, everyone has told me that. So I mean, it's definitely very encouraging to hear that, for sure.
Yeah, well, it's like you see, you hear advertisements for like, Columbia School of Broadcasting or something like that. Learn to be a broadcaster or whatever. It's like, well, you can study any of these things you want, but if you don't have the voice, then you just that's just like the God-given part right there.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it's harder to get into something when you don't actually have that talent to start with, at least.
Well, me and Flex talk like a couple of trained apes, so we do the best we can. Yeah. So we're slightly older than you, I think. I'm not completely sure about this, but I'm going to say, I guess, that we're probably a little older than you. How old are you, young man?
I'm actually only 15 years old.
Oh,
You're
man.
15 years old.
I was 15 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
Good God.
Oh, my goodness.
I wish to God that I only knew things that I didn't know now.
15. All right. So that's pretty amazing. So, most of your peers are probably, I don't know, they got their thumb up their butt or they're, I don't know what they're doing. What are they doing? What are your peers doing?
Gaming like crazy.
Are you talking about like in real life or
in real life? Yeah, in real life. What are 15-year-olds up to these days?
Well, if you really want to know, the good ones, I guess you could say, would be just not really much. Sports would probably be a main factor for them. Maybe gaming. But from the people that I've come across when I do baseball during the summers, for me, I don't actually interact outside of online much because I'm homeschooled and stuff like that. So I don't have that type of interaction. But when I do play baseball and do outside sports, things like that, a lot of times they're either doing sports or they're just punks. That's really what it comes down to from what I see as myself. So
hanging out in the mall, capping on females. Well, they probably wish they could cap it on females. They talk about it as if they were, but
exactly. Yeah, you hear that a lot in baseball.
So yeah, I see you've got your Cleveland hat on. So are you a baseball fan?
Yes, I am. Yep, I am a very big fan of the Indians. Went to the postseason last year. Unfortunately, lost it in the first game. Didn't quite make it there this year, but definitely a big fan of baseball.
All right,
all sports around though.
So my A's almost made it. I'm in Oakland.
I was
almost made it in.
I have to laugh. Unfortunately, I mean, in the All-Star game or at the All-Star break, they were the best team in the baseball, and then all of a sudden they just like fell off the face of the earth.
They
started playing horrible.
It was crazy. I was just like, "What is going on, you guys?" It's like, "Oh my God, you owned this division." It's like lock, stock, and barrel, and you just threw it away.
Yep.
Well, we got the Giants. I work in San Francisco. I live in Oakland, work in San Francisco, so we still got the Giants. So, but I'm not really committed to the Giants. It's like they're local, but it's like What are your thoughts? Who's going all the way? What's going on?
Okay, it's the Giants. What are the teams in the National League so far?
It's the Giants and
the Dodgers.
No, not the Dodgers. Giants and I want to say.
Oh, the Nationals, isn't it?
God, who is it?
You know what? You're asking
the wrong guy, really.
All I know is the Giants are playing, and when the A's got eliminated...
I know the Giants are in there.
I stopped paying attention.
I want to say, okay, well, at least for the American League, I think Kansas City is going to go all the way. I think it's going to come down, what is it, Game 7? So, yeah, I think it's going to come down to Game 7 against the Orioles, and KC's going to win that. And I'm going to have to... Well, that's really... I'm going to have to say the Giants are going to go because they've had experience there. If the Nationals are the team that's actually in it, I don't see them beating the Giants to go there because the Giants have had recent, not just experience there, but recent experience there as well. And I think that experience is going to come into play against a team like the Nationals who, at least from my point of view, has not been there in many, many years. So that's my thought.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question. Right now, it's a big deal in sports. Everyone's talking about the Washington Redskins and the name of the team. It's offensive to Native Americans, and there's serious calls. I mean, this time it's serious for them to actually change the name of the team. You're a fan of Cleveland, whose nickname, their mascot is the Indians. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what do you think about all that?
I think it's absolute crap is what it is. Just going slightly off topic here, but I believe that as a society in the whole for America, as of recent years, has become softer and softer and softer in many different ways, but especially in this way of, I can't even think of the word, but this kind of example. I mean, people don't want to be. It has. I mean, look. Let's think here for a second. Going all the way back to when that team was created. Going all the way back to when the Indians team was created. Back then, was there any complaint? No, there wasn't. But now that recently people have been getting away with complaining and things like, oh, we got to make them happy, so let's not do that. Now everybody's like, oh, we got to make everybody happy, so let's just let it happen.
It's just like the terrorists.
Well, it's not going to make everybody happy.
Like
There's
terrorists,
people,
man. If you let them whack one person. If you tell them, hey, if you knuckle under and say, oh, hey, we got to save this guy, and then they whack the guy, you're screwed. You played your hand already, man. The game's over. Nap time.
Yeah. Well, okay, so like the Cleveland Indians, that's one thing.
Yeah.
The Washington Redskins. Redskin is actually...
That is a derogatory term.
It could be considered an epithet. Like... I don't know. It's like, do you see a distinction between the difference between Cleveland Indians and Washington Redskins?
I do. Indians is just naming the Indians, but Redskins is more of a, not necessarily a racial term, but it's more of identifying them with a specific trait. And I can see how that can be a bit, not liking by the actual, Indians, I can't even think of the word, Native Americans, there we go. But like I said, if it wasn't a problem back then, why is it a problem now? I understand that it might not be too keen with some people that are Native Americans. I get that, I do. But if it hasn't been a problem to now, why are you going to go with the minority of that when it doesn't really affect anything in general? If it doesn't affect anything, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If a very small amount of people are going to come up and say, hey, you need to change this, why? If it hasn't had a problem in the past. That's just my view on it.
Well, it's interesting that we're talking about this because today happens to be Columbus Day.
Yep.
That's why I'm off, able to make this a conversation during the daytime. Columbus Day. And of course, through the years, there have been a lot of people who've wanted to make some changes on that too. And some municipalities have stopped calling it Columbus Day. Now they're referring it to Indigenous Peoples Day. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I heard about that one.
I did not hear about that. You can see my first reaction to that is a facepalm. I mean,
facepalm. Well, I guess if you're an Indian, your perspective on it for like if you're like a common resident of the United States, it's like, oh, Columbus discovered America. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Columbus. Yay, Columbus! We love you, Columbus. But if you're a Native American, you're probably thinking, wow, you guys came over and then we were screwed. over the next few centuries, the Indians pretty much are wiped out because of the Europeans coming over here. So
that's unfortunate. That's the unfortunate spoils and victors and pains of growing up in a humane civilization. Ha ha ha.
Manifest destiny. Anyway, did you think that you were going to be in a conversation about this when you started to say you'd be on this podcast?
No, I did not.
We cover a little everything here.
Cool. We cover it all, but okay. So let's
get to some gaming.
Let's get what we always like to do. The very first time we ever get somebody on the podcast is we like to talk about their gaming history. So, how did you get into gaming in the first place?
All right, so it actually started all the way back when I was, I want to say, 3 years old. I lived back in my second house that I actually lived in. But anyways. No, my first house. It was my first house. But my dad, he had an Xbox, the original Xbox, and at that time it was around 2001, 2002 when the original Halo came out. And my dad loved Halo. He loved the multiplayer, and all the time he would have LAN parties. He would have a bunch of friends from church or work or whatever, and they'd come over.
Your dad had LAN parties.
Yep, and we would set up 2 Xboxes, 2 TV or multiple TVs, and we would do that. And I wasn't allowed to be a part of too many of those, but the ones that I was allowed to be a part of, it was very, very fun, and I always loved Halo. And those were the only times I was actually able to play it by myself. But when I played it, it was fantastic. It was the first time I was introduced to something like that. and it was just fantastic. I loved it.
And you were 3?
Actually, I was 3 years old when we started that. Yeah. And
talk about OG. Oh my God! It's in your it's in your DNA. It's in your veins.
Yep. It went up to 2005. It was after Halo 2 came out. We had Halo 2 for maybe a year, but my dad didn't like it. I don't know why, honestly. I mean, it's the best from my personal opinion. But he didn't like it as much as he did Halo 1. So we didn't play it as much. We played it once, maybe twice, but other than that, it was all about Halo 1 multiplayer. And I never got to experience Halo 2 online, ever. We didn't have internet back then for that, so we only got to do Halo 1. And then something happened, and for not necessarily money reasons or anything like that, but we got rid of our Xbox and all of our games and everything like that. So I wasn't actually able to play Halo again until 2011 when I got my own Xbox 360 and my own TV. And then at that point, I got Halo 3. And I didn't have my parents didn't know that you needed Xbox Live at that time, so I only got the 12. I'm sorry, not the 12, but the 1 month trial that you get with the Xbox 360. And I had Halo 3, and I played Halo 3 online nonstop for that month of January, and it was fantastic. I mean, at that time, it was still around 60,000 players still online. 66. I actually think it was 66 is the number that's embedded in my head as the population for Halo 3 at that time, and I would play there every night, and I had mic in, and I'd always play. And at that time, people actually talked on Halo, which was it's almost unheard of now. Nobody ever talks on Halo anymore unless you're in a party. But yeah, I mean, I played up there. And here's the funny thing, actually. I knew about Call of Duty somewhere between when we got rid of our Xbox and when I got my 360. Somewhere in between there, I knew about Call of Duty. But I never played it. And I would always say, Halo's better than Call of Duty. I've never played Call of Duty. Halo's better. I will never play a game of Call of Duty. Now, if you find a Halo player, just any typical Halo player, if you ask them, is Call of Duty a good game, they're probably going to say no. Right. If you ask them, do they play the game, they're probably going to say no. I'm kind of different. I love Halo so much. It's my favorite game. But I also love Call of Duty as well. I like playing Call of Duty. I mean, I've been playing Black Ops 2.
Oh, my God!
He said it.
It's crazy. I do play Call of Duty, and I do play Halo.
He said it.
But
Pitchforks are going to be at your house with torches.
Around for Christmas, actually, 2012, I got some money, and at this time was when I saw on YouTube gameplay commentaries, and I came across the Modern Warfare 3 one, and I heard about Black Ops 2 coming out, so then I bought Black Ops 2, and at the time I really didn't like Halo 4, and it was because ordnance and loadouts and all that stuff.
A lot of people are not crazy about Halo 4.
Yeah, I did not enjoy Halo 4 at all until around 8 months later-ish. So then I jumped to Call of Duty, and I really thoroughly enjoyed Black Ops 2. There's times where I hated it, there's times where I loved it, times where I was mutual. But overall, I still, to this day, really enjoy Black Ops 2. And I played on YouTube, I played Black Ops 2 all the way up until July 2013. And that was my main focus, everything. In July, though, I did end up taking a pretty good break from YouTube until October, when I started playing some more Halo. And I was like, you know what? I want to get back to the Halo community, and I jumped on that, and it's been obviously the best decision I made in a long time. But I did that, and then ever since then I've been doing Halo, and Destiny came out. Really thoroughly enjoyed Destiny, all that stuff. But that's pretty much up to now.
All right. Well, Flex and me were Call of Duty guys.
Yep.
And I was like committed Call of Duty guy, but then over the last couple of years, it's like I started like not being as big into it, and Ghost is the nail in the coffin for me.
Absolutely. I only played that for like a month.
It's like that game is like if you look at Twitch, Black Ops 2 has got way more people streaming it than and watching it than Ghost has. It's
unless Tim the Tatman streams it. When Tim the Tatman streams Ghost, which he doesn't do very often, but when he does, it does jump up there because he gets like 4K viewers. But
yeah, that's true. I know his girlfriend Hannah.
Yes, Hannah, awesome.
Yeah. So also because of Hannah is like the person who introduced me to Hannah is also a Call of Duty caster, Maze's Realm. He just casted UMG Nashville just this weekend. It just finished.
Oh, really? Did he do the finals, or was he like a?
Oh no, he was on the Bravo stage.
Okay.
He's still, he's still working his way up, but yeah, he's like doing it. And we have another friend, Smiting Fatty, who's casted at MLG along with some other big name guys. So it's like they started out just like you're starting out, just exactly the same way. It's like, give me a game to cast.
Right. Yeah, I'm actually planning on. I don't know if you've heard of Iron Games Columbus. They're doing a Halo 2 Classic. I know I'm not going to, but I would actually, if I could consistently progress in my casting abilities up to then, I would actually really like to cast then. But once Master Chief Collection comes out, I'm definitely going to be casting some online tournaments for sure. One way or another, I'm going to be doing that. Yeah.
Well, I hope that the Master Chief Collection gets some attention from the competitive. I hope that there's tournaments that get some viewers.
It will.
Some decent prizes
for the PAX Prime 10K. The finals got 27,000 viewers. Now, note that was the most viewers by any Halo tournament since Halo 3. That was more than Halo Reach on MLG, more than Halo 4 by far, more than Iron Games, anything after Halo 3. That's the most that they've ever had, and that was for a game that's not out yet. That was for a game that that tournament had barely any advertising, and I mean, it was only $10,000. I mean, from a tournament standpoint, that's $10,000.
That's kind of cheap. It's kind of cheap. It's not like the top pros are going to drop everything and get on a plane.
Yeah, it's like, I got to go play, right. But UMG Nashville is $25K. But I mean, that was for a fact that the tournament itself didn't even have a stage. It was inside a room. I mean, 27,000 viewers. I mean, that's pretty good, And I know for a fact that, I mean, we saw the day one playlists for the Master Chief Collection. We have Halo eSports. So that right there, I mean, it doesn't confirm who we're going to be with, but that confirms by 343 there is going to be Halo eSports with the Master Chief Collection, because they're not going to have an eSport playlist if there's nothing going to be going with it. But I would like to throw out some speculation. It is nothing has been confirmed at all. But from my personal seeing and everything like that, I would like to say 95% for sure that ESL is going to have Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Right, ESL. That's what I've been hearing too.
Yeah. If you actually go to ESL-1.com/gate, that's their actual tournament thing. Like, they hold 3 games currently. They hold Counter-Strike, Battlefield, and Dota 2.
Battlefield is played competitively?
In the EU, yes. Actually, yeah. Battlefield
Really?
4. Yes, it is. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
I had no idea.
They have a 4th slot open up. They have the Battlefield, the Dota, and then the Counter-Strike. But then on here, they also have an open spot that's hazed out yet. They don't have, it's not named or anything like that. And it says to be announced. And let's just piece some things together here. Gamescom Showdown was run by ESL. PAX Prime Showdown was run by ESL. Everybody that's worked with these tournaments, casters, players, everybody loves ESL. Here's the big thing, though. And I actually wrote an article, or actually wrote a post on this on the forums for Halo Follower. MLG picked up Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for Season 1 of that coming up this year.
Right.
MLG only runs one shooter for their circuit, which would be Call of Duty. 343 has a partnership with Twitch. Twitch and MLG
do not get along.
They both compete for that live streaming service. ESL works with Twitch. So if we put all this together here, all signs are pointing towards Halo ESL.
Yeah, you don't exactly have to be Columbo or Sherlock Holmes to solve that mystery.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and there are, Iron Games, they're going to run tournaments. UGC, they're going to run tournaments. I'm assuming that UMG is going to run some. I mean, there's plenty of other people, but as far as an actual circuit that they're going to be on, I guarantee it's going to be ESL.
Yeah. Now, Call of Duty has done a really great job with the competitive scene, starting with Black Ops 2.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like, despite how shitty of a game Ghost is, it draws a lot of viewers.
And that's the thing, actually, is recently I have played a bit of Ghosts. You played Ghosts. I don't play Ghost pubs because it's horrible. Okay, it's just bad. It's simply bad. But if you play on the, if you play on the clan versus clan, or the Clan Wars, whatever it's called, competitively, I never thought I would say this, but competitively, Call of Duty is actually quite fun, quite enjoyable. and it's definitely competitive as well. Nowhere near, okay, don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near as competitive as Halo. You can't go from competitive COD and be like, smashing on Halo. However, I did go from Halo competitive and went on Black Ops 2 and have been smashing on League play on there. So, I mean, it's definitely competitive, but just not as competitive. But right. I mean, I personally enjoyed it as a competitive game. I thoroughly enjoyed UMG Nashville. I watched Optic like a hawk, So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like there's a lot of Halo pros that are currently playing on the Call of Duty scene.
Formal, to name one.
Formal, exactly.
Yep. On Envy, yep. Mm-hmm.
And Gandhi was casting. Gandhi was one of the premier pros on Halo. So, yep. Do you think that some of these guys who switched when Halo left the competitive broadcast scene and went to Call of Duty, do you think some of them are going to come back to Halo?
I do. I know for a fact that Formal will be competing in Halo when it comes out. The question is if he's going to be doing both. Envy has already confirmed, they haven't actually come out and announced it, but Zach, our business guy, he's big into the competitive scene, and he's gotten talking with Envy. Envy will have a Halo team when Master Chief Collection.
Oh, there will be an Envy Halo team.
There will be an Envy Halo team. Just like there's an Optic Halo team, there will be an Envy Halo team. Now, the question is, will Formal be on that team? He competed at Iron Games 10K at RTX. The question is, is he going to do? Maybe he'll compete with both. That would be a very touchy thing to do, though, because Call of Duty and Halo are two different games.
It wouldn't be good for your competitive play.
Exactly,
because it's like you can't really hone one perfectly if you're still playing the other.
Exactly. So that's the question: is he going to go to Halo, or is he going to stick with COD, or is he going to try and do both?
Is he like Bo Jackson? Football, baseball, you name it. Bo knows sports.
Yep.
Yep. There you go.
I know. Enable too. Enable is another one. I think he's actually. I want to say he's on Denial, which put up second at UMG Nashville. I could be wrong. Don't take this for sure here, but I think Enable's on Denial. I could be wrong, but he came from Halo as well, and I haven't heard anything from him as if he's going to go to Halo or whatever. But that's another possibility. He could go to Halo as well. So we'll only see.
Well, these MLG teams they swap.
They're pretty fluid.
Rosters. Yeah, it's like every tournament you got a different roster. It's like it's kind of hard to keep track of it.
I think the only team that hasn't really swapped much this year is Optic. I think Optic's been together.
Well, they got like a rotating fourth guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Nate, the funny thing is that Nate Shot is like the biggest dude on Optic, but he's never that big guy on the team when they're playing. He's never the clutch guy. He's just kind of a not mediocre, but he's their team's mediocre player. You know what I'm saying? Scump is by far the light show.
Yeah. All right, so it is not going to be very much longer before Halo Master Chief comes out, and even less time before Call of Duty Advanced Warfare comes out. So all right, so COD AW is coming out a week before. You're going to be getting on that stuff.
Depends on if I have the money. If I have the money, 100%. Advanced, I was excited for Ghosts, but we all know how that went. But it just looked like any other Call of Duty game. Advanced Warfare, on the other hand, I was teasing it back when they revealed it. I called it Call of Halo 4 ODST Edition. Because it's got so many Halo and Titanfall and even Destiny elements all mashed up into this one game. I can make fun of them for that, but in all honesty, that's a good idea. It looks like a fun game from my point of view.
It does look more fun.
It does look cool.
Yeah, the movements. All this. I was watching Ali A. He's really mastered the movements of getting from place to place. He does the double jump, and then he does the dash ability to get down to the bottom or to get to the ground and really move very fast.
You can go fast. You can
very
cover
fast
ground.
in that game. Absolutely, and they're bringing it back. Capture the flag, hard point. I do have to laugh though. Uplink is a carbon copy of Ricochet from Halo 4, 100%. But if I have the money, yes. If I don't, I will eventually be getting it. It just depends on if I have the money or not.
But you definitely have Master Chief pre-ordered, right?
Oh, I don't have it pre-ordered. No, because I don't have the money. The good thing though, I will have it day one. I will have it day one. It's because Halo follower. If I don't have the money myself, Halo follower will take care of that, and I'll have it myself because you can't be on the largest news source for Halo and not have the game. So, yeah. But we'll definitely have
such is the perks. Such is the perks.
Yep.
Definitely.
Well, I have it pre-ordered, but I'm thinking about canceling my pre-order and just ordering and downloading it.
And that's, if you go to that's actually a really good point to bring up. On HaloFollower.com, Frozen Sword, our lead website article writer, he's been keeping up with the pre-orders for like 4 weeks now, maybe a month. And he's been keeping up with that, and the pre-orders are very low. Like, they're lower than
they're shockingly
Halo Combat
low.
Evolved. Yeah, very, very low. But the thing is that I think I know why. And a lot of people bring up the thing, well, not many people have an Xbox One. That's crap, because if you look at Call of Duty Advanced Warfare pre-orders, almost 200,000. So
well, that is also PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox.
That's only for Xbox One. I looked on it today. That's only for Xbox One. 153,000 pre-orders actually for Advanced Warfare and Xbox One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it has nothing to do with the amount of consoles sold. There's two things here. One is that people are just tired of pre-ordering, especially Halo. And there's no really incentives to pre-order Halo. There's an incentive to pre-order Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, as you get you get the camos. And for me, I love camos in Black Ops and Call of Duty, so I would have pre-ordered for that. And then also the day one, you get day one access, or sorry, day zero access. Yeah, day zero access. Access before everybody else. So there's an incentive to do that. The incentives to pre-order Master Chief Collection are practically nothing. All you get is skulls, and skulls are fun, but they really weren't that. Like, they didn't catch my eye. They were like, okay, whatever, not that big of a deal, and I'm diehard Halo here. So for me, I don't see any purpose to pre-order. If I could go to the store day one and get it, like I did with Destiny, I don't want to pre-order, because if I don't have the money, I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to get it with the money. There's no reason for me to pre-order that if I could just go day one and get it. Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing now, is because I know a lot of people online that are super excited about the game. They know they're going to get the game. They haven't pre-ordered yet. They don't want to pre-order it. Right. So I think that's what's going on. And another thing could be as well, advertising. Have you seen any
Where is the advertisement?
Yeah.
Where is the promotion?
Exactly. Where is it?
Exactly. You look, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, TV, you see it all the time. Xbox commercials on TV, all the time there's Call of Duty stuff. Everywhere on YouTube, commercials for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. They're always hyping up Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and that's Activision. Activision, they hype up their games like that. That's just what they do. You look at the Destiny
anyone?
campaign. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But if I've heard people, there's one guy, Genesis Rider, I believe it was. He said that he has gone and found people, his friends, people like that, and even strangers that don't even know that there is the Master Chief Collection, let alone know what it is. They've heard of it, or they don't know what it is, or they've never heard of it and obviously don't know what it is. And he's actually talked multiple people into buying an Xbox One and buying the Master Chief Collection before they even know what it is. They don't know what it is. They don't know what's coming out. And he's talked to these people like, hey, this is coming out. Well,
if they rely on 343 and Microsoft, they wouldn't know what it is.
I guarantee for Halo 5, they won't have a good marketing campaign. But Master Chief Collection, they definitely could do a better job. But I think why they're not doing it this way, or going all out with it, is because this is kind of a placeholder up to Halo 5. Yes, they are putting a lot of work into it. Obviously, Halo 2 Anniversary is almost a brand new game with just not as many maps. But I see this as more of a placeholder to get people back into Halo, because you look at Halo 4. After Halo 4, there's not even
after Reach and Halo 4, they lost a lot of confidence in the Halo fan community.
Exactly, and even with the announcement of the Master Chief Collection, people still aren't quite sold, because they want everything to be perfect before they come back to Halo.
Well, in some ways, if you look at it like a typical gamer, it's like, great, we're bringing back a 10-year-old game remake. Oh, whoopee. Right. It's a 10-year-old game. It's like you're bringing back all these old games. It's like that has no appeal to some people. It's like the idea is like we want the shiniest, newest thing imaginable. Mm-hmm. And, it's like, oh, how cheap is that? Just bring back this old stuff. But little do they know, if they just played that, they would fall in love.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that's one thing that they could do for the marketing campaign, advertising, is they could advertise Halo 2 Anniversary as a new game, because let's be honest here, it is. I mean, yes, the same maps, plays like Halo 2, but there's so much new about Halo 2 Anniversary. It's practically a new game. They're going to be putting Halo 2 Anniversary on the eSports circuit. They could advertise this and be like, I don't know exact words, but they could say, this is a new game. Catch, it is a remake, but this is so much more better, so much, newer, and flash those shiny lights at them. It's like, ooh, let's go see this, I think
there's a whole bunch. There is a whole lot of first-person shooter players who've never got a chance to play anything except Halo 4.
Well, today Microsoft offered up this juicy bit of information. They're going to start working on allowing back-level games on the Xbox One library.
They're going to do what?
They're going to allow 360 games in the Xbox One library.
Backward compatibility.
What?
Not a disc, though.
Right, you just download it.
Well, how would that work? If you already own a game on disc, you don't have to. Are they saying you have to buy it digitally?
Huh. And they'd have to be lower the price, though. I mean,
that wouldn't be so great. I mean, it's like I want to play the games I already have.
If you didn't have a 360 yet, though, it would be great.
Yeah, I mean, because I heard a while back that in June 2015, they're shutting down the Xbox Live servers for Xbox 360. So, I mean, there's like Black Ops 2, for instance. You could play Black Ops 2 in the Xbox One. Or whatever, COD 4.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's sad news. It's like the idea of turning off the 360.
Yeah.
I still love mine.
Xbox
it's like
Xbox.
I had a couple of friends who, to get their Xbox One, they got rid of their 360. It's like, no way, Jose. I am not getting rid of that 360. That has been a solid friend for years.
And mine, unfortunately, is dying, so I'm excited to have the Master Chief Collection because I can't play Halo a lot at the moment.
Speaking of dying, a couple of weeks ago, you're having problems with your PC. How's that working out? You're talking to us right now.
It's working. It's hanging in there. But I mean, it's not going to last here another year. The good news is though, next couple months I will have a beefy PC. With being on Halo Follower and stuff like that, I get to make money and put it towards that and stuff like that. So I will have a good PC here soon. It's just a matter of making this thing last until that happens.
Yeah. So are you going to be playing?
Stretch it out, man.
So are you going to be playing PC games? Or are you going to become one of the PC Master Race?
Not going to be PC Master Race, but I will be playing PC games. World of Warcraft is one that I love that game. I don't get to play it too much because I don't have a subscription and it doesn't run well on my PC, but I love that game so much. And this is the horrible thing. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare comes out, the 4th of November? November 11th, Master Chief Collection. And the 13th, Warlords of Draenor for World of Warcraft comes out. So it's like all three of these games just slamming onto my face, and I want to play all of them. I'm not going to have the time. But, I mean, I'm a huge fan of World of Warcraft, so I definitely play that. I want so bad to play some Counter-Strike Go. I see it. It looks like a fantastic game. Never had the ability to play it. I want to play that.
Get ready to get your lunch money taken.
I'm cool with that. I'm absolutely cool with that because it looks fun. I want to get into the whole PC, like the mouse and keyboard side of things, because it's just, I don't know, it just kind of intrigues me, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, the guys who are playing that game are pretty hardcore, and it's like they'll definitely they'll definitely teach you a lesson or two.
Yeah, that's true.
Until you get up to speed. I don't know how you're probably a really good gamer.
If I can have the time to put into it, I can pick it up pretty well. Yeah. Well, me and Flex, we're old. We still love to play, and it's like, hey, if we're not as good as some people, hey, it's like I go around telling people it's like I'm the greatest Halo player in the world over 50. I remember that. Yeah.
If you find a better one, let me know. I'll say the second best.
1v1 crazed. We'll see what happens. Well, actually, I want to get your opinions on this then.
No, Crazed isn't that old. He's definitely he's younger than Flex. Yeah, he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
What?
Craze is in his 30s.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, well, I guess I really if you saw his ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, he doesn't look that old. He just sounds old, though. I mean, he sounds like you guys. I mean, no offense, but he sounds like that. Wow, that's kind of interesting. But anyways, I do want to get your opinion on something, though. You both say that you're more casual players. So, what's your opinion? Do you like to play a game that is designed for competitive casual? Like for, the Master Chief Collection, or Halo 3 even. Halo 3 is designed more about balanced competitive play, but it can be played casually. Are you a fan of doing that, or do you want to play more just a casual game, like with Halo 4?
Well, I play casually, but I want to play a game that is fair. I mean,
Right.
when I'm playing, I play hard. I play to win. I'm a try-hard. When I'm playing, I play to win as best as I can. I play as well as I am able. If I'm in a lobby with people who are better than me, I'm going to lose. If I'm in a lobby with people not as good as me, I'm going to win, but I'm still going to try as hard as I can. So I want it to be a fair game. I don't want BS in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like Call of Duty, you've got the dog kill streak, which is BS.
Target finder LMGs and everything.
Target finder LMGs and people camping all over the place in these gigantic maps, and there's just BS.
Mm-hmm.
There's crap in the game. And like Halo 4, you got ordnance drops.
Right.
So you don't know the guy you're facing in a gunfight. He might have a
shotgun, a saw,
cannon or something.
Yeah, a rocket launcher. You don't even know.
It's like, and it's like, okay, if all the power weapons are on the map, and it's like, okay, you can get them or I can get them. It's like, who can get them? That's fair.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that I really do enjoy about Halo is because, it doesn't really like make it public like you want to play this team, but the way the game plays, it benefits team play so much. 4 guys that have a mic that know how to play together, because you can know when weapons spawn. You'll be like, hey, go get that weapon now. Other guy's going to get it. But if you're playing by yourself, I mean, obviously playing by yourself, I'm totally fine with that. I play by myself most of the time anyway. So playing by yourself is also fine too, and you can do it that way. But I mean, that's one thing I really do like about Halo is the social aspect of it. They don't push it like, you want to play this game socially, but it is very much alive there, and it helps you out better.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what casual means.
Well, from my understanding, when people say casual, they're like, okay, this dude, he just wants to play a flashy game. He's not going in there to destroy or anything. He just wants to play the game. And people would identify casuals with people that came from Reach or Halo 4 that love ordnance, and they love armor abilities, and they love loadouts. They want to customize their guys so much. They want to have all these huge maps and all this crazy stuff. That's what, from my gathering, is what people identify casuals as.
Okay. So would you consider Destiny a competitive or a casual game?
I would consider it very much a casual game. However, with the addition of custom games and custom game options to the game types and how they play, it could be a competitive shooter. It could be, but it's not at this point. No, it's completely casual, and that's actually a game that I don't mind playing casual. Like, I totally like the supers and stuff like that. I'm completely fine with that. So with Destiny, I'm a completely casual gamer. It doesn't, go
so
ahead
you
and tell
don't mind getting blown out with a purple fireball when you have no chance.
The only thing that makes me irritated in Destiny is when people that are Titans use their supers in stupid situations. And what I mean by that is, like, they come up with one guy and they just do their super in a 1v1 situation. It's like, I mean, I could pull out my golden gun and just kill you like that, but why? There's no point. I mean, I want to get as many kills out of my super as I can, so why do it against one player? That's the only thing that is a pet peeve of mine. But I've just come to terms with Destiny as where, like, this is what's going to happen. It's more understandable and balanced than Halo 4 is. With Halo 4, it's definitely very random. Destiny is also random, but it's a controlled random. You know what that randomness will be. If it happens, you know that that's the extent of what's going to happen. It's not something crazy.
Well,
so,
I think it's more random. Okay, because here's what happens in Destiny. There's no gunfights. Every time you die, every time you see a guy, he's either got like that, what is this, plasma rifle or whatever. What's that called?
A fusion rifle.
Fusion. He's either got a charged fusion rifle, so it's an insta kill.
Right.
He's got a shotgun, which is an insta kill, or he's got a super, which is an insta kill. You never get a gunfight. You never get a two people shooting at each other. That never happens. It's
That is true. That is true.
is so annoying. I would love if there actually was some gunfights.
And from what I've gathered, I've played both ways in Destiny. There's two ways that I've understood that you can play Destiny. You can play up close, and you can play long range. I find long range more enjoyable with a sniper, because the sniper in Destiny is very skillful. You have to hit headshots in order to get the kill. And it's harder to do than in Halo. From my point of view, it's harder to do than in Halo, and it's harder to do than in Call of Duty. And so what I like to do is I like to be a bit more defensive. I don't like to be up in your face, because I know stuff like that, like you said, shotguns, fusion rifles, things like that will happen. So a lot of times, I mean, depending on the map, obviously, but most times I will lay back. I'll have an auto rifle, and I'll, when I play more long range, I do get into all these gunfights because I'm not up close with these people. I see them, a little bit of ways, and they have an auto rifle, I have an auto rifle. Okay, it's now time to strafe. And whoever is better at hitting the headshot and strafing gets the kill. And then with a sniper, it's also skillful to do it that way. So I personally don't like playing the shotgun way, and I like to lay back. So, I mean, it's really two different ways you play.
If there were more people like that, it would be a better game. Yeah. So what level are you? What's your top character? What level are you?
I actually haven't played Destiny in about a week and a half. I'm level 24, almost level 25. I just can't seem to get any gear at this point. I haven't done the raid yet. I don't know if I ever will do it unless they implement matchmaking, because I don't have 5 other players on Xbox One to play it with. That's that level. But, I mean, Destiny to me is the ideal game. If they made the multiplayer a bit better, I mean, it would be fantastic for me. If the story was there, it'd be great. Because with me, I'm a huge fan of MMOs, not open world games. MMOs. There's a difference there. MMOs like World of Warcraft, where there's all these players around and you're all doing all kinds of raids and dungeons and things like that. That is in Destiny in a shooter, and it's like, you fix up these little things that could be fixed. I mean, I'm sold 100%.
You're there, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if you could have private matches,
and they're going to be doing that.
You think they're going to do that?
Yeah, the one of the guys actually at Destiny, he said that it will be coming soon. So soon meaning maybe before the expansion pack in December.
Cool.
Okay, well, maybe it has a chance.
What really is important, though, with those private matches, it's not just having private matches, because you can implement private matches into any game and just say, okay, here you go, like with Titanfall. What incentive is there to play a private match on Titanfall? There's nothing. I tried. There's no reason to play a private match on Titanfall. But the thing is if Destiny and Destiny, Bungie created the custom games, and Halo, which are obviously iconic with their customization and ability to change how the game plays.
The most extensive custom games that are available anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly. Yeah. So if Bungie takes their knowledge and their experience in doing that and put all these game-changing settings into the custom games and allow players to make Destiny game, the multiplayer, what they want it to be, there you go. I mean, and you can easily have a competitive Destiny game just by simply implementing the right settings into private matches.
Well, we'll see. I'm of the opinion that Destiny is going to maybe not is going to go down as fast as Titanfall, but I think it's kind of got Titanfall signs. Well,
I was thinking that, and I don't want it to happen because I do enjoy the game. I was thinking that a few days ago. I think it was yesterday. I saw on Twitter by Bungie themselves, 3.2 million players play Destiny daily.
Yep. It's a lot of people.
Daily. And that's been kept up since launch.
Well, if they can do that, they're going to be like, in the running to defeat COD. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. They can maintain it.
I mean, and you kind of have to laugh and you think, okay, 3.2 million players over 4 platforms for Destiny, and then you look at Halo 4, it's like, sweet, we hit 8K players on today. Yes.
Yeah. It's like when Destiny came out, it's like Halo 4's player numbers just dropped precipitously. It's like, oh my god. I actually tried Reach for the first time just the other week. Mm-hmm. It's like, that was a fun game.
Yeah, what do you think? Is it better than Halo 4?
I'm not going to say it's better because I don't have very much experience with Reach.
That's true.
it felt weird with no sprint. I got to say, I'm brand new to Halo. You know, Halo 4 is my first Halo, and I'm used to Call of Duty where you have sprint, and I'm used to Halo 4 where you have sprint. And like, okay, you have limited sprint if you choose that as your armor ability,
right?
But it's very limited. It's not like
you can just
like
keep
Halo
going.
4.
Yeah. One thing that's, if you want to get into a game without sprint and have it be practically perfect, that's Halo 2. Halo 3 and Halo Reach movement speed with no sprint is actually very slow compared to Halo 2. Halo 2, you jumped high and you were very fast on foot without sprinting. And that's one thing that I don't like about Reach is you just feel so heavy, you know, and I hate sprint in Halo. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but I hate sprint in Halo. But in Reach, I have to use it because, I mean, you're going to be so slow going around the map if you don't have it.
Yeah. Well, it felt pretty sluggish.
Definitely. Reach is definitely a very slow game, for sure.
Slow.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of that, real quick, and then you can go. I have a modded Halo 2 setting game type on Halo 4 that is no sprint. You can actually play Halo 4 no sprint with my modded game type that I have. I didn't actually mod it, but I got it on the file share. And I bumped up the speed to 150% movement speed yesterday. On Haven, I mean, that's ideal for me. I mean, I could play that, Halo 4, no sprint, 150%. I mean, that's perfect. I mean, because people say, you know, and that's one of the reasons why they didn't take sprint out of Halo 4 is because you were too slow and you couldn't get around the map because they're all designed to be huge. But I played Haven yesterday. I did a 1v1, casted it. I don't know if you saw it yet. But
I saw it. It had just come out when me and Flex got on this Skype call. So I wish I had time to watch that.
When you get a chance, definitely do it. It was my best cast yet. But I mean, it felt so natural to me with that. It didn't feel too fast. It didn't feel too slow. I got around the map perfectly. I have zero complaints. If Halo 4 had 150% movement speed, perfect. I would actually advise you to try that. Like, hit me up on Xbox Live. I don't even think you're my friend. Are you my friend?
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a friend request. Yeah,
do that
for sure. If you don't mind playing with a guy who's just like, you know.
I go in Halo 4 all the time, send people invites, and I never get them in. So, I mean, I'm definitely down to have people to play with.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably start wrapping this rascal because I got to take care of some business.
Yeah, so it's been great having you on the show. Do you think we could get you back on sometime?
Absolutely, I love podcasts. Absolutely.
All right. It's been tremendous. So, if you're still watching Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 119.
Thank you. One hand.
Get a life. No. We love you.
iTunes.
So, this has been myself, Yam Juice, as your co-host.
And me, your Flex, as your co-host.
And we'd like to extend a very warm thank you for spending some time with us here, Mr. Buckeye Breeze from Halo Follower. Yeah!
Well, thank you very much for having me. Definitely kind of a twist on some podcasts. Most podcasts are only about gaming. This one was kind of everything, so I definitely enjoyed it.
We're all over the place, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So tweet it out to your friends. All right, so it'll hopefully I'll get this out today. So you know what we talked about a little bit before the show started, right? Mm-hmm. That thing that we do.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Very, very good for a first time. All right, so there's only one thing left to do.
And
take us out, Mr. Flex.
Yeah, man, has to do it. Oh, all right, I'll try. All right, here we go. Bloop.